Hello, good morning. This is going to be another haul video, and let me adjust the camera. This time it's going to be games and movies. So let me start out with games. And I haven't played all of these and I haven't watched all the movies yet because me and my hubby has been watching 4400 and playing through the new Magic the Gathering game. Anyway, I have Armored Core Verdict Day. Got to have me some mechs. And I have Killer is Dead Premium Edition. Now this is a Japanese edition, but it doesn't really matter because it is also in English and it's just much more cheap to buy from there. And since the PlayStation 3 is zone free, that should be quite alright. And here's one I have played through, God of War Ascension. And yeah, what I thought of it. I loved the first two God of War games. They were great. And the two games on the PSP, the two games on PSP, they were pretty good as well. Uh, now God of War 3, however, I thought it was okay, but not like it blew my mind or anything. But it was decent. And I would say this falls into that category as well. It's decent. It's not like I was bored when me and my hubby played through it, but it wasn't a game that would go up on any of my top 10 lists. I don't consider it a waste of money. It was fun, but it was just nowhere near as mind-blowing as the first two games. And then I have Beyond Two Souls. And all of these games are for PlayStation 3. And Rune Factory Tides of Destiny. So let me get into some anime I've gotten. I've gotten complete series 8 of Bleach, and that's episode 152 to 167. And like I said, I am trying to get basically trying to collect one of these long-running animes at a time. So I'm done with Naruto and with Dragon Ball. So I have all the 3 series of Dragon Ball, the 4 series anyway, all of the Dragon Ball stuff. And then have now gotten somewhat into Bleach, and I'm thinking perhaps I'll do One Piece next. I'm not sure though. And then I have gotten Bassetter, the complete series. Musishi, and My Bride is a Mermaid. And for Western animation, I've gotten My Little Pony Friendship is Magic Season 2. Yes, I'm a kid. I love this stuff. Now for DVD movies, I've gotten The Amazing Adventures of the Living Corpse, which is basically a zombie superhero. It's an animated movie, as you can see. And it's actually exactly that. It's a zombie superhero. Just have to have it. Sounded so much fun. The Frankenstein Theory. And some of these movies I've also saved because I'm planning on watching them when I am at my mother's place because her interest in TV shows and movies doesn't exactly coincide with mine. So usually when she watches her decorating programs and her crime mysteries and all of that, I sit with my computer with my headphones on and watch horror movies. That way we can both get to watch what we want. And I have tricks. And I got recommended this movie. It's a vampire movie, a bit untraditional vampire movie. Habit. And I adore vampire movies. I have Musishi, which is basically a movie of the same anime series I showed you a moment ago. Death Devil. And yes, the next movie I'm gonna show you, I did get it because I found the title a kind of childish fun. I mean, everybody's allowed to be 5 years old in the head every so often. Zombie Ass, Toilet of the Dead. Yeah, not the most mature thing I've ever gotten, but yeah, like I said, sometimes it's fun to just let your inner brat shine through. And this one, I waited for so long to get it in Blu-ray, but none of the stores near me ever got it in anything but DVD, so eventually I said, never mind, got it on DVD. Scary Movie 5. And yes, I know these are shitty quality, but still think there's a lot of fun because I've seen most of the horror movies that they make fun of. That makes them a lot more fun for me. And Six Dead Souls. It was sort of impulse buy that I really liked the cover and it seems interesting. And then moving on to some Blu-ray movies. Epic, which I got recommended, and I do love fantasy. Barbarella on Blu-ray. I mean, they had this sale where I had some old movies on Blu-ray very cheaply, and I couldn't pass it up. I mean, it's one of the most cheesy science fiction movies you can imagine, but yeah. And here's another one I have been warmly recommended: new Evil Dead movie. Most of the time, people are like, remakes, no, it's the spawn of Satan. But for the Evil Dead movie, it's gotten a lot of praise, so I thought I'd check it out. Besides, I never really had a problem with remakes. I mean, I don't really see them as competition to the original movies. I mean, I can like the original movie and I can like the remake, and they don't need to be exactly the same because, yes, to a certain degree, remakes are a lack of, I won't necessarily say a lack of imagination, but it's a lack of risk taking because they know that the people that love the original is going to go and watch the remake just to check it out. So, but the way I see it, remakes give the original a lot of attention, and often that leads to the original getting a Blu-ray release, sometimes a special edition, very nice things. And two, the world changes so that a movie, it's often interesting to see what a movie can do not only with modern special effects, but set in a more modern setting. So, for example, a movie that was done in the 60s or even earlier, how it would be done nowadays with a modern setting. So, I usually like remakes. Not all of them, of course, but I'm not generally against them. Got a new G.I. Joe movie, only got it because it's cheap. And these kinds of things are great popcorn entertainment. I mean, when you're tired and you don't want to go to bed yet, but you don't want something that requires too much brain capacity, then those kinds of movies are great to just pop in. And I've gotten the Wicker Tree, and I wanted this from the moment I saw it because it's basically a Wicker Man 2. It's a follow-up, and yeah, I just had to pick that up. And here's a movie that me and my hubby watched last night. It's The Man of Steel, new Superman movie, and I thought it was pretty good. Now, is it an amazing movie? No. I mean, it does take the whole Superman thing and give it a more dark and serious twist. But it's it's a popcorn movie too. It's basically loads of fighting, loads of explosions, and a thin as hell story that sort of gives you an excuse for the fighting and the explosions. But that works. I mean, when I go in to watch a superhero movie, that's what I expect. Sometimes I'm pleasantly surprised with, for example, the X-Men movies that has a pretty decent plot in addition. But very often with the superhero movies that I do like, that's what I want to see. I want to see superpowers, I want to see explosions, I want to see over the top storylines that explain why these superpowers and explosions are needed to be used. Yes, so let's move on to TV series. I have some Doctor Who, and I have the Dalek Invasion of Earth. Got to love the Daleks. And I'm trying to collect all of that's available of the original Doctor Who series. But since they are published in these tiny little boxes instead of basically just collecting 20 episodes of them in a box, it is sort of slow going because then it gets expensive with the shipping and all of that. But a little by little. Planet of Giants. I'm a little bit into season 2 now. And wasn't there one more? Yes, it was. Reign of Terror. And then I've gotten Warehouse 13 season 4. The fair itself. Now this is sometimes called what was the name of it? Masters of Horror season 3. Basically you had season 1 and 2 of Masters of Horror and then that sort of fizzled out. But a lot of the people involved in Masters of Horror also produced the fair itself, and it's basically the same concept, so popularly it's called Masters of Horror season 3. And I really like this box. It's pretty fragile, but I do like the design of it. And if I'm really careful with it, it should be well. And then there's a series I need to recommend it to you guys. Real Humans. The original title is Äkta Människor. And it's basically science fiction, and this is hard science fiction. Basically, it's not into the future, but an alternative present where you have robots, and these robots do everything. They work in factories. They help old people. They are domestic robots. There are sex robots, of course, there are, and so on and so forth. And this story basically is about how does that affect society in the people that get laid off from work, and also when you can program your perfect partner that will pay attention only to you, how will that affect dating life? And of course there's also a story in here about some of these robots that gain uh, self-conscious and their search for freedom, and it's amazing. It's a Swedish series and I really highly recommend it. And then I have the only TV series on Blu-ray that I have picked up. Basically, well, the price on Blu-ray TV series has gone down, still that's that much more expensive than at least in Norway. And basically, I generally only buy Blu-rays in Norway and England and so on because of the zone problems. I have a zone-free DVD player, but yeah, and also it's much more expensive in Norway to buy the TV series on Blu-ray. I don't think it's worth it. I don't think I get so much more enjoyment out of watching it in Blu-ray as basically when they are twice the price, so I can buy an entire other TV series season. So yeah, so I only gotten one on Blu-ray, and that is the Missing Bad series that unfortunately only got half a season. And the last thing I want to show you from this haul is Time Tracks Season 1. So yeah, that's my various goodies on disc haul this time. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Have a great day and blessed be.